welcome back everyone. Or if you are new here, let me introduce myself. My name is Sean Lucas, and before we get into anything, I just want to acknowledge and thank everyone that has subscribed to my channel. Just recently, since the last video, we have reached the 100 subscriber mark. To me, that's huge. That's amazing, honestly. In the beginning of 2020, I made a list of goals, and one of those goals was to get 100 subscribers in the year 2020, and we've done it in half the time that I set out to allow myself. So, super cool. And that's all thanks to you guys and girls for making it happen. So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. And okay, so moving forward, I saw this somewhere on YouTube, and I haven't really done one of these before, so I thought it'd be cool to give it a try. Recently, I looked at one of my most liked videos, and it was right around 29 likes, which is awesome for me, don't get it wrong. But I'd like to set a like goal for this video right here. If we can get to 50 likes on this video, that would be huge, and I'll be very appreciative. Usually YouTubers have, some kind, they'll do something if a like goal is met, but I don't have anything planned out right now. So if you guys have any ideas, put them in the comment section below, and I'll look them over, and maybe I'll choose one. So for this video right here, we're going to be comparing 3 different companies, and at the end of the video there will be a poll asking you guys which company you guys like the best after learning a little bit more about each company. But right now I will also have a poll asking you guys the same question: who do you guys currently think is better out of the 3 companies? So in this corner right here, a button will pop up. So when that poll comes up, cast your votes, and we will compare the beginning poll to the end poll and see what the difference is. So in today's video, I'm going to be comparing 3 different companies and cover any major news that is relevant to our topic today. And those 3 companies are Tesla, Nikola, and Hyliion. I mean, it's pretty safe to say that everyone knows the most about Tesla, but Nikola and Hyliion, on the other hand, that's a different situation. So let's get started with a little background information, or I guess information in general, about Hyliion, because it's the one I know the least, and I'm willing to bet it's the one you guys know the least too. So it says from their website that their mission statement is, quote, is to eliminate the carbon intensity and reduce the greenhouse gas emissions of commercial transportation Class 8 vehicles by being the leader provider of electrified powertrain solutions. Sounds nice, right? So what is a Class 8 vehicle? Basically, a Class 8 vehicle has to do with the, the weight of the vehicle itself. It also has at least 3 or more axles. So to break it down a little bit more, just think of semi-trucks. And actually, Hyliion, some of the accolades that they pride themselves on is they claim to have the lowest 7-year cost of ownership between their diesel and electric battery counterparts. So one thing that I found really cool about Hyliion and their product is that they can put their product onto already existing semi-trucks. And this is to make them more environmentally friendly and to not break the bank too much. How does it work? Well, basically you have 4 different components in their rig. Number 1 is the RNG. It fuels the generator, or number 2. The generator charges the batteries, or number 3. The batteries power the e-motors, or number 4. And the e-motor drives the axles, which also provides regenerative braking. Pretty cool if you ask me. Okay, so now that we have a little bit more background and a little bit more knowledge on Hyliion, let's start doing the comparison. Basically, we're going to be comparing on 3 different categories: environmental friendliness, speed, and affordability. Alright, starting off with environmentally friendliness. Okay, so for this part of the comparison, we're going to be looking at how environmentally friendly each company and their semi-truck is. In keeping with the trend here, we're going to be looking at Hyliion first. What's cool about Hyliion is that they actually show a negative emissions rating, whereas the typical semi-truck emits 210 metric tons of carbon each year. It also says that a fleet of 389 Hypertruck ERX trucks offsets 100% of the GHG emissions produced in the entire state of California for a full day, which is actually pretty cool and impressive if you ask me. Now, moving into Nikola Corp and the Nikola One, since its energy source is hydrogen fuel, it packs on 0 emissions. And something that Nikola prides themselves on is making their semi-truck more aerodynamic, making sure to only use power when it's absolutely necessary, which means no idling. And it also has regenerative braking, so pretty cool. And last but not least, we have the Tesla The Tesla semi-truck is fully electric, so it's got 0 emissions, and there's 2 basic options. One that has a full charge and can go up to 300-mile range, and one that has a full charge that goes up to 500-mile range. Alright, so being eco-friendly is cool and all, but we're going to be moving into something that I like more, which is going fast. Now we're going to be looking at each company and their semi-truck and how fast they can go. Starting off with the Hyliion, they have the ERX up for up for comparison. The semi-truck goes from 0 to 60 in about 20 seconds with a full cargo load of 80,000 pounds. When it's unloaded, it can go from 0 to 60 in about 5 seconds. For reference, I wanted to look up how fast a normal semi-truck can go from 0 to 60, and on some forums I found out the answer, and this guy said, with a normal cargo load I can go from 0 to 60 in about 2 to 3 miles, or about 5 minutes. Or just the box, which means empty, not pulling anything, he could go from 0 to 60 in about 1 mile, or 2 minutes. Compare that to the Tesla semi-truck, which when the Tesla semi-truck is carrying around 80,000 pounds of cargo, it can go from 0 to 60 in about 20 seconds as well. But what about Nikola? Well, Nikola with a full cargo load of 80,000 pounds can go from 0 to 60 in about 30 seconds. Not too far behind. Moving into the affordability category. So for this one, we're going to be comparing the price of each company and their version of the semi-truck. And again, starting off with the Hyliion Hypertruck ERX. If you remember from earlier, I mentioned how Hyliion claims to have the lowest 7-year cost of ownership. But let's see how much that really means. All I could find for Hyliion is that they think that it will only cost $39,000 to retrofit their product onto existing semi-trucks. Nothing really on how much a full semi-truck by them would cost. Or maybe I'm just blind, I don't know, I couldn't find it. For the Nikola one, it's still in the development stages, so things can vary from the time it actually comes to the public. Right now, Nikola thinks that it will cost you about $5,000 per month, or in total about $350,000. But that's all just estimated, and things can change from now until then. And comparing all of that to the Tesla semi-truck, which is all set to begin production in 2020. But who knows, that could change, 2020 might get canceled altogether. It's estimated to cost you about $150,000 for the 300-mile range version and about $180,000 for the 500-mile range version. What's weird is that Tesla also claims they have the lowest cost of ownership, where if you bought the Tesla semi-truck, there will be $200,000 plus in fuel savings, allowing only a 2-year payback period. All right, we have a little bonus comparison here. I wanted to do a little stock analysis, if you can even call it that. I wanted to cover this because I think it's I think it's important. Starting off with Tesla. We all know Tesla. Tesla's been around for a little bit and is known mostly for its crazy swings in prices. But stock price has very little influence on whether or not it's a good company, because their price per share is about $985 per share, which could change from the time you guys are seeing this by $100 or so. But comparing that to Tesla's book value per share, it's right around $46. And to break that down for you guys a little bit, if the book value per share is higher than the stock price, then the company might be undervalued. But seeing how the stock price is $985, give or take $100, and the book value per share is $46, it's quite a gap there. But book value per share is not the only way to determine whether or not a company is over or undervalued. And anyways, I don't think Tesla is a normal company or a normal stock for that matter. Moving on to Nikola. Well, to give you a little background, Nikola just went public in early June. It IPO'd around $35 per share and now is trading around $71 per share. What's the book value per share, you might be asking? It's too early to tell since they just went public this quarter and they haven't sold anything yet. But there's been some hype around this company regarding the company itself and their product, some good and some bad, but I have seen some news on this company basically shining a light on them and how they haven't been telling the most honest truth all the time. One example, during an interview, the CEO, Trevor Milton, slipped up by saying they, referring to Tesla, forgot to put a patent on the cab of the Tesla truck, which they got their eyes on and rushed to build a design, then took that design to the patents office to get a patent on that design, thus allowing them to sue Tesla for having the same design. But that's just one story, everybody's got their good and bad days, it's just business at the end of the day. Other news around Nikola is that they had a $3.3 billion merger with VTIQ, or Vecto IQ Acquisition Corp. Meaning, if you were an investor into VTIQ before the merger, now you are a shareholder in Nikola, or NKLA. And finally, let's cover Hyliion. As for Hyliion, they will be taking a similar route to Nikola, and they will be merging with Tortoise Acquisition Group, or SHLL. After the merger is complete, they will be trading under the ticker HYLN. So here are some of my wrapping up points. So after all of this, I do want to say, full disclosure, that I am an investor in Tesla. So obviously I do like them as a company. Does that mean I agree with their stock price? Not necessarily. Does that mean I'm cool with having short-term gains? I mean, I guess, but I don't plan on selling anytime soon. So, it really doesn't help me anyway. But for the other two, I do like Hyliion. I do like that company, and I really kind of like the idea of their product. And really, I'm excited to where they take that company. But for Nikola, I really don't trust them all that much yet. I do get a funny feeling when I read up on that company and watching interviews of, that interview of the CEO. It left a little funny feeling in my belly. So as for right now, I do not trust them as much as the other two companies. And that's okay, because that's just my opinion, and everybody else has their own opinion. Well, now is the time to cast your vote for the second poll. It should be popping up right here. Let me know which company you like after learning a little bit more about each of the companies. If you change your mind, that's all right. That's what this video was intended for. However, that is going to be it for me on this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed this little comparison on all three companies. I hope you may have learned something in this video from at least one of them, because I found out some cool things about each company in doing the research for this video, so I hope you guys did too. So until next time, remember to comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.